Hey there, folks. This is CP Cards and Dice, and what am I doing today? I'm replaying the 2015 Mets, and it's a game against the second game of a three-game series against the Miami Marlins. The first time that the Mets faced the Miami Marlins. This is back in 2015 when they had a heck of a team. They had like a murderer's row with Yelich and Stanton and Ozuna. They had D. Gordon, right? They had Prado. So they had a pretty good team back in 2015, and we are playing in Flushing, Queens, at Citi Field. Now I'm using what you're seeing here is Ballscore. So it's taken me a while to learn how to play this, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I am playing it using Ballscore, and I'm trying to just adjust the camera a little bit here so we get a better image of what's going on. So let me manipulate it just a little bit there, back it up just a little bit. And let's see, bring it down a bit. Get it closer there. Oh, no. That's the best that I can do right now. So let me show you. We got a pretty good game here. Let me bring up the scoreboard, if you will, and you see it there. You can manipulate it. It's pretty cool. Now, I'm not showing you how to input all the rosters. There's plenty of videos on that. I'm just showing you the bells and whistles and giving you my take on it. Now, it was a sharp learning curve for me. I feel a little bit more comfortable with it now. We are in the, let's see, top of the fourth. It's 2-0 Mets, as you can see. We're in the top of the fourth, and it's Martin Prado who's leading it off. It's Bartolo Colon who's going for the Mets against David Phelps for the Marlins. I'm rolling Stratomatic. I'm using a dice tower. I'm not going to be able to see that today. And it's a 6-4. So that's going to be off Bartolo Colon. 6-4, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. Now our shortstop is Wilmer Flores. He's a 4. So I'm going to have to roll for that. And that's an 18, so it may be a ball that Wilmer can get to, and it is. And he throws out Prados for out number 1. So the way I record outs now, it's probably better if you learn the hotkeys. But I go up here to where it says O for out. I click on that, and then I find over here that's the ground ball outs right here. It's going to be 6-3, and that's it, 1 out. So Bart Colon is doing pretty well. He's allowed 4 hits, but he hasn't allowed any runs so far. He's one of my favorite pitchers of all time, by the way. Bart Colon. And here goes. We're going to roll for, it's going to be, there goes our guy flying across the room. Do I find it? Yes, I do. He's going to be facing a guy named Michael Morse. In 2015, Michael Morse played the first half of the season with the Marlins. The second half, he was with Pittsburgh. I had to pull his card from Pittsburgh. Now, this is a set I got for, I believe, I got 6 sets for $70. So that was about $11-ish dollars each set. This is a 2015 set, and I have 2 2015s now. So if one of them gets messed up, I can always pull out the other one. All right, here goes. Michael Morse. He's a right-handed batter against Bart Colon. We are in the top of the 4th inning. It's 2-0 Mets. It's 3-11, so that's going to be off Morse's card against a righty. We're going to look on the red side of the Stratomatic card. 3-11, that's a ground ball hit at the shortstop, and that's Flores to his left and throws him out for out number 2. So 2 outs now. And next is Ichiro Suzuki. 2015, Ichiro went over to the Marlins, and he played right field, center field, and left field for the Marlins. He's playing center field today, resting Ozuna. And that is going to be against right-handers. A 2-11 is a ground ball, easy play for the first baseman. I will roll a 8-sided die. 1 and 2 is going to be, he flips to the first to the pitcher covering. That's a cocked die. There it is. It's a 6. So he takes it himself. So again, I go up to the O, the out, and I go to the 3 unassisted, and that's it. It flips us over to the next side. So it's David Phelps on the mound for the Marlins using Ballscore, playing the 2015 Mets. It's Eric Campbell started the game today. David Wright is injured, even though he played most of the season. He's injured right now. So Eric Campbell is filling in, and it's David Phelps. Here's the pitch from David Phelps. It's a 3-8. A 3-8 is a ball four. So Campbell walks. You click on A. Anytime anybody gets on, you click on A. That's how I do it. Brings up this menu, and then over here it says generic walk. So I know where everything is now from playing it. At first you got to look for it, but now I already know. So it's Wilmer Flores. We're going to roll one die to see if it's a wild pitch. It's an 8, so no wild pitch there. All right, so that's going to be a 3-10. That's going to be off Wilmer's card. A 3-10 is a fly ball to shallow right field. Right there, Stanton. So again, you go to O, and the flyouts are right next to the groundouts, which is mostly what happens. And you got to learn the hotkeys. I don't know them. I don't really care that much about it. But if I learn the hotkeys, I guess it will go a little bit faster. Anthony Recker. He's filling in for the everyday catcher, Travis d'Arnaud, who the Mets let go in 2019, went over to Tampa Bay, I believe it was, and had a pretty strong season for a catcher. Batted about 250 with, I think, 16 home runs. He had a 3-homer game against the Yankees. So too bad but the Mets kind of gave up on him because of all his injuries. He had won the catching job for a couple of seasons, and again he had injuries, prolonged injuries, and he missed most of the season. Eventually, the Mets kind of gave up on him and signed Wilson Ramos. All right, Anthony Recker, there's one out. Runner on first. I'm going to roll that one die. And up. And that's a 2-7. Again, it's off the batter's card. A 2-7 is a strikeout. So Phelps blows it by Recker. And you go to the O for out, generic strikeout. That's how I do it. And next is Bart Cologne. We're going to roll one die. It's a 2, so it may be a balk or a pass ball. It's a 6, so that's going to be potentially a pass ball. We're going to see what Real Muto, who's the catcher for the Marlins, kind of pass ball rating he has, and he has a 3 pass ball rating. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. And we roll a 3, so it is a pass ball. So there goes Recker. I'm sorry, there goes Campbell to second base. I don't have a pass ball. Oh, there it is, a pass ball. It's right up here. See, if you look up here, it's a little blue right there. So, and if you hover, it tells you what it is, pass ball. So runner advances to second base, pass ball. And it's Cologne. Cologne is, we're going to roll again. Nope, it's an 11 this time. And here goes. It's a 3-7 off Cologne's pitcher hitting card, a 3-7. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop, Echeverria. He's up with it and throws out Cologne. And that's the side is retired. And it flips you over to the other side of the scorebook. Now, whenever you want to look at a box score or the defense, for example, you go up here where it says defense, D, and it'll just show you the whole, you see there it is, comes up. So that's pretty cool. So you can cancel that out. Now, if you want to look at the box score, you just go to B, and here's the box score. So there you go. It's a lot nice in terms of these aspects. It's a lot, how can I say? I guess more traditional than iScore. That's a lot of it's real fancy, but it doesn't have like this old style box score that you can bring up. It does at the end of the game, but I don't know that you can bring it up during the game. Here you can bring up during the game, and if you scroll down, I got Phelps. He's gone 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Cologne, 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks. He's got a 1.89 ERA on the season. So it keeps track of all your stats for you. So I know what everybody's doing here. Dude hit his 4th home run. Dude hit his first home run and his 4th RBI of the season. So that's the kind of cool thing that this software does for you. All right, so it's Cologne against Real Muto. And Real Muto is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 6-8. 6-8, and that's popped up onto the left side. You go to O, Looks like the shortstop is calling for it, and that's Flores. Oh, that was a fly out to 6. All right, he backed up a little bit. It's still close to what happened. I'm not going to go back and change that. Well, I could show you how to do that. You could just undo at the top here. Undo the last action. You see, and then it'll show you. You undo, and now it's going to take me back, and I'm going to make the out again. It's going to be a pop up. I'll do a pop out to the shortstop. There you go. Done. And then moves to the next batter. All right, so next batter is Echevarria with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Mets are up 2-0. It's 3-6, so that's going to be off Echevarria's card, and a 6 is line base hit to left. Getting in quickly is Michael Kadire. Throws it in to Flores. And it's David Phelps, and we're going to bunt. David Phelps is a B bunter. Well, we know it's coming, so it's going to be a C. So that's a 7. We rolled a 7 on a C. Still maybe a good bunt. And batter is thrown out by first baseman. It's going to be a 3-4, and I'll show you how to do this. 3-4. I don't know. This came up by accident. I usually don't use that. I think that's when you touch the. I'm not sure. 3-4. So I'm going to do a sac hit right up here, and then advance to second. Yes, and then it gives me opportunity to do the assist. Was the first baseman, and then the put out was the second baseman. Sacrifice hit 3-4. So runners in second now in scoring position, and it's D. Gordon. And we're going to roll 1 die for the. Oh, we didn't do it before. Let's do it. We didn't do it. Yeah, it's a 15. We're going to do it again because we didn't do it before, and it's still a 15. And now it's a 6-8. So that's off Colon against a lefty this time, though. A 6-8 is a fly ball to deep center field, and Lagares on the run, and he runs it down. Great catch by Juan Lagares, who's known for his glove with the Mets. And that's going to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and Bart Colon is pitching a heck of a ball game. And so is David Phelps. It's 2-0 Mets here in the top of bottom of the 5th inning. Curtis Granderson is leading it off. He's 1 for 2. He's singled in the first. Here's the pitch from Phelps, and that's 2-7. 2-7 is a ground ball to the first baseman. We're going to roll an 8-sided, a 1 and a 2. He flips to the pitcher covering Phelps, so it's going to be a 3-1. And that's an out, and we go a 3-1 right there. 1 away. So 25% of the time, the pitcher makes the grab at first base. So I roll an 8-sided on 1 and 2. It's the pitcher. It's a 6-10. So that's going to be Juan Lagares in the box. A 6-10. That's off Phelps. And that's going to be a ground ball at the shortstop. Echevarria scoops it, throws on the run, and gets Lagares hustling down the line. And it's Lucas Duda. Duda is 2 for 2. He's singled and homered. Here's the pitch from Phelps. It's a 5. Again, it's a 5-4. That's a fly ball center field X. Center fielder is Ichiro, and he's a 3. So I'm going to roll a 20-sided 13, 23-13, and that's a ball that Ichiro catches up to, and that's going to retire the side. So it's out 0 for out, and you go down here to the second column, F8. All right, so the top of the 6th inning, Bart Colon pitching a 5-hitter. We're going to face Christian Yelich. Now, this is back when Fernandez was still Jose Fernandez, who tragically passed in a boating accident in Miami late at night. 1-9er off Christian Yelich's card. A 1-9 is a strikeout. So Colon Big Sexy strikes out Christian Yelich. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton, who really was injured the whole 2019 season with the Yankees. It's going to be a 1-6, and that ball's gone, no doubt. That's a line drive, home run into left center field, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Giancarlo Stanton, just like that, brings the Marlins within 1 run, and I know that Bart would like that pitch back. Martin Prado, 1 out, 2-1, top of the 6th. Mets are up, and that's going to be a 1-8, a 1-8. Oh, a 1-2. That's a split die 1-2 home run. Otherwise, it's a deep fly ball to left, and that ball is hit deep, and back goes the left fielder Kadire to the track, to the wall, makes the catch for out number 2. Fly ball left, F7. Using Ballscore, something I don't use very often, just to change it up a little bit. Michael Morse, right-handed batter. Michael Morse is 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out. Here's Bart Colon, Big Sexy, with 2 outs. And that's a 1-6. A 1-6 is line base hit. And Kadire gets it in. So run around first, and it's Ichiro Suzuki. Gonna roll the 1 die to see if there's a wild pitch, although I don't think that Colon even has a wild pitch. No, he does not. Or a balk. All right, here's the pitch to Suzuki. It's a 5-9er. Suzuki's a lefty. A 5-9er is a, whoa. Against a right-handed pitcher, okay. All right, we'll see what happens here. And that's a 5. 5-9er, a 5 is going to be a single with a star, and that's going to stop Morse at second base. So it looks like there's action in the Mets bullpen right now. So after the solo shot and then 2 outs, it was Mike Morse who singled, followed by an Ichiro single, and now it's JT Realmuto. Now, what kind of season did JT have? JT batted .259 with 10 home runs. So we're going to pitch to JT with no worries here. Hopefully Bart can get out of this jam. Whatever it is, Bart doesn't have a wild pitch, so he cannot. Looks like it's a 1, but doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to roll. So 110. A 110 is a hard hit ground ball to the third baseman. Campbell, he's up with it. Cross the diamond, and that retires the side. 5-3. It's a 2-1 ball game. The bottom of the 6th. David Phelps still in there. Now we got action going in the Mets bullpen because Bart, I think, allowed a couple of base runners in that inning, and then if he allows 2 more in inning number 7, he'll be beyond his point of weakness, and we don't want that happening. So David Phelps, who's also at his point of weakness inning, the 6th inning, so we'll see what happens here as well. He's going to face Michael Kadire. Kadire is 0 for 2, struck out and popped up. That's a 2-6. A 2-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop Echevarria up the middle, throws to first, and gets Kadire. 6-3. Danny Murphy. Murphy's hit a sacrifice fly and lined out. Here's the pitch to Murph. 1-6. 1-6. And that's popped up to the right side. And you go to O, you go to pop 6. That's 2 away. And next is Eric Campbell. Eric Campbell walked in his last at bat. The pitch from Phelps, it's a 2-6. 2-6 is a comebacker. And Phelps snags it, feels his position and throws out Campbell 1-3, and that retires the side. So we're really moving and grooving here, pretty much. We haven't made many changes. Now it's when it slows up a little bit. Usually, games slow up from the 7th inning on, particularly in the modern games. A lot of pitching changes. All right, here's the pitch to Danny Echevarria, 2-5 against a right-hander, 2-5, and that's a grounder to shortstop, 2-hopper. And Flores throws high, but the stretch by first baseman Lucas Duda gets a Danny Echevarria. So now we're going to get into the pinch hitter world. I'm going to start doing that now. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. Let's see. We're going to use Jeff Baker. He's a guy that they used a lot. I try to follow who they were using at the time. So Jeff Baker is going to come in there. I don't know that I have Jeff Baker in the lineup, but we're going to see. We're going to go up here to where it says pinch hitter. I'm going to click on that, and there's no Baker in there. So I'm going to have to input Baker. Oh, add player. See that? It's the add player. So I'm going to put in Baker. So I got to get the keyboard out. And then Jeff. And Jeff Baker, that's righty, so I don't have to make any changes there. And then I just click OK. And then he should be part of the team. There he is, Jeff Baker. And he goes into the second slot. So I'm going to press OK. And that's all she wrote. There's a pinch hitter in there, Jeff Baker. That's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Let me see if I get a little bit of light here. That maybe that'll help. Not really. Kind of a funny angle I got going here. Let me see if I can move this back and fix the angle a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, so Jeff Baker's going to pinch hit. There's one out against. It's going to face Bart Colon, and that's a 5-3. A 5-3 is a fly ball left field X. Kadyr's a 4, so there's a lot of balls that drop in. Not so much the errors because this is the advanced fielding chart. So we rolled a 12 on a 4. A 12 is a potential error. So we're going to see what that looks like on Kadyr's card. I don't have those memorized or written anywhere. I just go quickly. E7. So in E7, we're going to see what that means. We rolled an 8. E7 on an 8, and that's going to be a ball that Kadyr gets to, makes the catch. So that's going to be an 0 for an out, and then a fly ball to left field for out number 2. So Jeff Baker flies out, and that's going to be it for Phelps. And it's D. Gordon. 2 outs. It's the top of the 7th. That's a 4-7. That's going to be off Bart's card, but against a lefty, so it's going to be on the blue side. A 4-7 is a 1-5 single, split die 1-5 single. Otherwise, it's a line out to the first baseman. We roll a 10, so that's caught by Lucas Duda at first base. Hit it on the screws, but right at the big first baseman. And that's a line out 3, L3. And then it's telling me, hey, you inserted a pinch hitter or a pinch runner, blah, blah, blah. You may need to insert a new pitcher. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I got some righties coming up. Here. And we may pinch hit for Bart because I think he's pitched 7 innings, allowing 8 hits. And I think I'm going to pull Bart at this point. So we're probably going to pinch hit for him. So we're looking at Wilmer Flores. So let's see who we have in the Marlins bullpen that they used at this time. Sam Dyson. Sam Dyson is a righty. Brad Hand is a lefty. We'll bring him in. Brian Morris, another righty and I'm bringing Brian Morris. Yep. I'm gonna bring in Brian Morris. They were using him at this time. Now I may have to create him, so I'm going to go up here where it says New Picture NP. I click on that. I click on that where it says NP, but it doesn't allow me to insert a new player. And I don't know that Morris is in here. No, he is not. So I'm going to have to pull out of here. This is the tricky aspects of this. So you got to learn a little bit. So then I got to go to the bottom of the top. And I do that by clicking on the bottom. If you look on the upper left-hand corner where it says bottom of the 7th, I click on that. It takes me to the top. So then I'm going to go into the RLM, and that's basically the roster. And I'm going to have to go over here to the right where it says add a player to the roster, and I'm going to add Brian Morris. So I'm going to add Brian Morris. I'm going to write him in. And he's in there. It's pretty quick, right? So he's in there. He's ready to roll. I don't put in any of the other information. All right, so he's in there now. Now I'm going to save my roster just so they remember that I have Baker in there. Otherwise, I may not have that. He may not be in the next roster. So I'm going to save the roster, and I'm going to pull out of here and go back. So now he's in there as a player, as a pitcher, or as a player. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the top and go new pitcher. Now, oh, no. Yeah, I'm on the Met side. All right, I go to the bottom of the seventh, which means that they'll look for a pitcher in the top of the the visiting team. So again, I'm going to go NP, and I'm going to go to Morris. Where's Morris? There he is, Brian Morris. I highlight him. Then I go over here to where he's going to bat. He's going to bat 9th. And then I'm going to click OK. So that's it. So he should be in there now. And let's check the box score to make sure. And there he is, Brian Morris. The thing I don't like is that with the box scores, I have 2 guys that are named Torres. And it doesn't put a first initial. So if you got 3 guys that are named Torres or 2 guys that are named Rodriguez or stuff like that, you know, it's going to be problematic, but it's what it is. So there may be a way of fixing that. All right, so Wilmer Flores is up. New pitcher is Brian Morris against Wilmer Flores. So here goes. We roll a 4-12. That's off Morris's card. A 4-12 is a comebacker to Morris, who's a 3 as a defender. We roll a 2, and we'll see what that becomes. And that's a ball that Morris gets to, fires to first, and gets Wilmer Flores. He's a 3. Oh, he's a 3. Wait a second. No, he's safe at first. He's safe at first, and the official score is going to give Flores a hit. His first hit of the game. He's 1 for 3 now. So that's a single for Wilmer. And next is Anthony Recker. I'm going to roll 1 die to see if there's a wild pitch. Nope. And that's a 4-11 against another righty. A 4-11 is it's a ball that hit to Echevarria, flips to Gordon, back to first, 6-4-3 double play. So you go to the top left, you hit the O, and then you hit ground ball double play, and then it gives you choices, 6-4-3 right there. And it just shows you the assists and the putouts. I really don't care too much about that. And Colon is up now with 2 outs. So do I let Colon go 1 more inning? That's the question. Let's take a look at what he's been doing lately. Well, he had a good inning, 1-2-3 inning. The 6th inning, he had some trouble in the 6th inning. That was the only – we gave up the home run, and then he gave up 2 singles. So I could let him go 8. It'll make my life easier. 1 less this is the bottom half of the 7th. We'll pull him in the 8th if he gets into trouble. Right now I'm going to let him bat. because I don't with if there was somebody on base, I would definitely bring in a pinch hitter. But with nobody on base, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. So I'm just going to let him bat. 2-2. So a 2-2 is a ground ball to the third baseman. And at third base, who do they have at third base? Prado. Prado plays third. Across the diamond, throws out Cologne 5-3. There you go. All right, so leading off is Christian Yelich. Now, there's definitely action in the bullpen for the Mets. A couple of guys, and let me look and see who they are. See if I can make out their numbers on their jerseys. Let me grab my binoculars. You got Alex Torres throwing from the left side, and you got Carlos Torres throwing from the right side. Christian Yelich against Bart Cologne. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-7. A 2-7 is line drive base hit single for Christian Yelich. And now Giancarlo Stanton, who clobbered Cologne in his last at bat, took one into the left field seats. A no doubter. So Cologne is going to proceed with caution. We're going to show him some love, some respect, and we're going to allow Cologne to pitch to Giancarlo Stanton. And let me just roll it 20-sided before let me move these numbers over. Don't know what those numbers. That's a 3, so it's another 2-9. Oh boy. A 2-9 is a strikeout. Cologne bears down, strikes out. Big Giancarlo with the 10-year deal with Miami. And then Jeter showed up in Miami, and he got rid of that deal. Hey, guys, who's that? Alan Shaw. How are you, man? Doing a whole new thing here. Rolling Strat, and I'm using Ballscore. And as you can see, it does a lot. It kind of speeds up things a little bit. If I knew the hotkeys, it would go a lot faster. I don't know if it's faster or slower anymore at this point. But it's Martin Prado with 1 out. And 1 out, and you see it here. The scoreboard tells you, here's the score, so you can, anytime you want. That's the nice thing about it. And you can move the scoreboard around. See, I can put it there so you can see it. All right, so Martin Prado, let's roll 1 die to see if there's a wild pitch, although I keep on doing that, but Bart Cologne cannot throw a wild pitch, doesn't have that on his card. It's 3-5. So a 3-5 is a strikeout. Prado goes after Bart's slider, misses it by a foot. And you go to O for on the upper left-hand corner, and that's for out, and then you go to generic strikeout right here. Click on that, and that's it. Next is Mike Morse. Michael Morse. Gonna roll 1 die. Don't know why we're doing that, because Bart cannot. Well, we could do it for pass ball, but yeah, pass ball. I don't know if Anthony Record has any pass balls on the Mets side. Let me look. I think it's 1-3 for Record. Pass ball. Oh no, 1. On a 1, he has a pass ball, so I guess that's why I'm rolling it. All right, here goes. Bart Cologne to Michael Morse. That's a 3-5, a 3-5, and that's a strikeout. Holy smokes, Bart Cologne strikes out the side. Did he not strike out the side? Let's double check that. Go back. He does strike out the side. So after the single to Yelich, Bart strikes out Giancarlo Stanton, Martin Prado, and then Mike Morse. Holy smokes. Bartolo, big sexy Cologne. And now we're going to we're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-1 Mets. So we got a pretty good ball game going here, folks. There you go, Alan Shaw. That's interesting. I'm just learning it, man. So I'm kind of sharing the love here, if you will. All right, so we got a lefty, a righty, and a lefty. So we're going to bring in a lefty out of the bullpen. It's going to be Mike Dunn. Mike Dunn is going to come in to pitch. So we're pulling Morris, and we're going to bring in Mike Dunn. All right, and this is now Mike Dunn. I'm not sure if he's in the. Let's see. So let's check up here to the left. New pitcher. Let's see if Dunn is there. He is, Mike Dunn. He's going to bat ninth. We didn't do any double switches, so he's batting ninth. All right. I'm going to move this aside a little bit. All right. So it's Curtis Granderson against the left-hander Mike Dunn. Here's the pitch to Curtis. Curtis is 1 for 3 on the day, and that's a 6-4. A 6-4 is a fly out center field. That is center field is Ichiro. He's rated a 3. We rolled an 18, and that's going to be caught by Ichiro. Ran it down. Looked like he didn't get a good look at that ball off the bat, but then he ran it down. So that's a out, an F8. Juan Lagares now. And that's a 3-3. A 3-3 versus a lefty is a hard hit ground ball. And to the third baseman, Prado on his knees, throws from his knees, and out at first, 5-3. So Prado didn't bother to get up. He knew that he had to hustle. Showing off his arm strength there. And it's Lucas Duda right now, left-handed batter against the lefty Mike Dunn. Here's the pitch. That's a 6-5. A 6-5 is a strikeout. High cheese gets Duda, and that retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and we're going to see a new pitcher for the Mets, and that's going to be Familia. So that's all for Cologne. Jerry Familia is coming in, and he's going to bat 9th as well. So it's Jerry Familia. He is the Mets closer. Had a great season in 2015, but a terrible season in 2019. So just don't remind me about it. Don't talk to me about it. So we're looking for his card right now. So it's 2-1. This may go into extras. We'll see what happens. It's going to be Ichiro Suzuki leading off. He's going to be facing Familia. If we can find Familia quickly, let's pull out the rubber band. Looking for Jerry Familia. There he is. What happens with a lot of these Dominican names is the parents try to name their kids like William, but they don't know how to spell it. So it's Willins, or they wanted to call him Williams, but they end up calling him Williams, like with an N. Jerry should be with no S. Geury. I guess they wanted him to be Jerry. So, but they didn't spell it right. And of course, it's a Spanish-speaking country trying to kind of imitate American names. And that's why there's a lot of misspelling, I think, in a lot of these names, because it's phonetic. A lot of these names are kind of written out phonetic. And I guess they knew enough that there was a Y. So they said, oh, no, it's got to be a Y. I know it's with a Y. But they couldn't remember the other letters. And once it's on the birth certificate, they don't worry anymore about it because they really don't care and they really don't know. So. All right, so it's Ichiro Suzuki leading off against Jerry Familia. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-9. A 3-9. That's oh my goodness. This is a split die. This is lined the other way into left field. 1-3. It's going to drop, and it's going to go for a triple. And we roll a 2. Oh my God. A leadoff triple. Bounces to the wall, bounces away from Kadire, and Ichiro hustling. Here's the throw to third, and he is safe. So we go up here and we click on triple. So that's trouble for the Mets right now. So this is going to force the Mets to have to bring the infield in. Press O brings up the outs window. Oh, okay, man. Wait a second. I got to read all this stuff you're telling me. All right, I think if you press O, it brings out the outs window. There you go. I'm going to try that. So I think O is a strike. Oh, who else is watching? Oh, you asked me about soccer? No, I don't play soccer, man. I'm sorry. I just play baseball. Yeah, 3 gives you a triple. You are right, sir. How did you know that? Oh, you mean if I press three? Three gives me a triple. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I got to learn all the hotkeys. So I'll try them at some point, but not right now. This is a pretty good game. I don't want to mess it up and start hitting things and make everything go crazy. All right, so Ichiro's at third base. JT Real Muto's at first. Oh man, we got to prevent this run from scoring because it's a 2-1 ball game. We're in the bottom of the. We're in the top of the ninth. Top of the ninth. Mets are up 2-1, but that leadoff triple by Ichiro really kind of put a cloud over the Mets' hopes for a victory right here. So we're going to see what's going to happen. So we're not making any changes really. We are just going to pitch to Real Muto with the infield in. So I'm going to get that chart ready. I just used a regular standard chart. I don't know that there's another infield in chart. There's just one basic standard infield in chart, which is not the greatest infield in chart, but it's good enough. All right. So we're going to roll one die. Now, Jerry Familia could pitch a wild pitch on a 12. So if we roll a 1, that could be trouble. All right. So here goes. Infield in, Jerry Familia, outfield in, which basically my home rule. I don't know. There may be a rule, but that's going to be a two advantage if he tries to score, or a 2 disadvantage for the runner, a 2 fielding advantage for the outfielders. So here goes. Here's the pitch to JT Real Muto with a tying run at third base and nobody out. And that's a 3-5. I don't know that that's what we wanted. And it's lined. Base hit. Game is tied. Game is tied at 2 apiece. JT singles. Singles home. Ichiro Suzuki. And now JT, let's look at his stolen bases. He's a C stealer, 15 to 11, 3 to 6. He gets a lead, which we would use 15. Familia has a -3, so now he's not going to try it. Okay, so Echevarria with 1 out. Oh wait, with no out. So Echevarria is a B bunter. We don't know if he's going to bunt, so he would get credit for a B. Going to roll 1 die. It's a 1. Holy smokes! All right, so if we roll a if we roll a 12 or less, it's going to be a wild pitch. Here goes 13. Oh, stopped by the catcher. Nice play by Anthony Recker. It's Recker. Anthony Recker makes a good play off a fastball that's spiked by Jerry Familia to keep JT Real Muto at first base. So Danny Echevarria is going to bunt. Then we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. That's a 9. He's a B bunter. A 9 as a batter is thrown out by third baseman. So it's a 5. It's a 5-4. So we're going to go up here where it says sacrifice hit. Runner to second. And we're going to put in the assist is the third baseman. And the put out is the first baseman. There you go. Mets are one of your teams. Cool, man. I like that. Cardinals are a good team as well. I'm trying to learn the 2015. I bought the 2015 multiple ways. I have it. I'm playing it in. I'm playing an Action PC Baseball. I'm using that. That's why I got this big computer screen here. I'm doing a lot of that. I'm also playing it with the Strat cards and dice, using this. So I'm really learning the team because they had a great season in 2015. So I not only want to play their poor seasons, like I'm playing the 1979 season using payoff pitch. I also want to play a couple of good seasons so I can be uplifted because it's very painful to. They almost have 100 losses in 1979, and it's tough. I still have about 3 weeks of the season to go before I can finish it. Got to go back to it. But I will eventually. I'm pretty good with that. I also got to go to my 1985 season with the Yankees using Status Pro. Got to go to that. All right. So we're gonna have a pinch hitter here for the pitcher Mike Dunn. We're gonna put a pinch hitter, And we're going to bring in a lefty. I think, who's a lefty here for the Marlins? Let's take a look. Ozuna's a right-hander. We could bring in Ozuna. You know what? We may bring in Ozuna. Let me look quickly at the box score. The box score says that they brought in Baker. What the heck? They brought in Baker. Who else did they bring in? Brignac. Let's go to the next game over, and see who the Marlins bring in to pinch hit. Suzuki pinch hits. Oh, Ozuna's good. So we're going to bring in Ozuna. Because Ozuna. I thought Ozuna may have been injured, but he actually he comes back in the next game. So so I'm going to bring him in here. Reyna's another guy I can bring in. He's a righty. Where is Ozuna? I can't track him. Can't find him. They got Suzuki. They got Brignac. All right. Jeff Baker, who catches? Saltalamacchia. I don't think he's on this team. I think he was traded. I have to track him down. I'm not going to do that right now. So we're going to bring in Ozuna to pinch hit. I just got to find him. He's somewhere in here. Sam Dyson, Ramos, Ozuna. There he is. Marcell Ozuna is going to come in to pinch hit. All right. Marcell Ozuna. Let's see. Where is Ozuna? Aha. There he is. He's going to be the 5th. And that'd be good. So he's in there to pinch hit against Jerry Familia. Going to roll one die for the wild pitch. Runners at second base, 1 out. Game is tied at 2 apiece here in the top of the 9th. It's a 6, so it's not going to be a wild pitch. Here's the pitch to Marcell Ozuna. And it's a 6-9er. Marcel's a righty. A 6-9er is a ground ball shortstop X, which is always trouble with Wilmer Flores at shortstop. And we roll a 17. That's probably going to be an out, but with a C. 17 is a ground ball C. So that's going to move the Real Muto at second base to third. So we're going to go, oh, you said if I hit O? Let me see. That'll bring me out. Ah, there it does. There it goes. There you go. You learn something new every day. All right, so this is going to be it's going to be a ground ball 6-3. And runner advances to third. There it is. All right, there's 2 outs now, and it's D. Gordon. Now we could walk D. Gordon here. We could walk D. Gordon now, but then we have another lefty coming up. So I guess we're going to pitch to Gordon. Gordon batted .333. Holy smokes. And Yelich batted .300. But D. Gordon, what has he done today? He's got 1 hit today, and Yelich has 1 hit today. Do I pitch to the guy with the 300 average or the guy with the 333 average? It doesn't matter if I roll off the pitcher's card, but you know what? I'm going to do I walk D. Gordon? Yeah, I'm going to walk D. Gordon. I want to intentionally walk D. Gordon. Here's where you got to toggle. So it's a generic walk. And then I got to look up here to toggle this. Toggle unearned. Oh, right here. Oh, wait. I got to go on here. This is weird. I got to – you got to put it – I think this is how you do it. So now I went back. I put the X on the previous batter, and then I tapped Control 9. So it says, okay, I'm going to mess with this guy. So now I'm going to go back up here to where it says intentional base on balls, and now it becomes intentional base on balls. But that's strange the way they do that. Now I got to go back down. Now, I may be doing that wrong. I don't know. Let me go back to my screen where I can see people. Did you use the site that gives you the rosters to load? I'm still learning that, Alan. I'm still trying to learn about that, my friend. I downloaded them, but I can't find them on my computer. I downloaded all the lineups, and I can't find them on my computer. Letter by the out you want, yeah. Yes. Really? Yeah, he has great videos, man. I love ID Gesture. I got to go over there and check that out. I'm going to see if I could track it down. All right, so it's runners on first and third now. Christian Yelich. Up here it tells, oh, wait. What's that mean? There it is. Okay, so first and third with 2 outs. And Christian Yelich, the batter. So we walk D. Gordon. Going to roll 1 die. See if it's an 11, so no damage there. And here's the pitch from Jerry Familia. It is off the pitcher's card, so hopefully that'll be a good thing. It's a 5-5 and blows it by Yelich. Strike 3, side retired. So, wow, okay. So you hit, let me see. I hit O, and then I guess if I hit this other thingamajig, it'll be a strikeout. Okay. So that was it. So that should show the strikeout. Let me go back. All right, so that I did with a keyboard. See a strikeout for Yelich. All right, so we are in the bottom of the 9th, and we're going to need a new pitcher, and we said it was going to be Urena. I don't know that I have Urena in there. Let's see what happens. New pitcher. I don't know that I ever wrote Urena in, and I don't think I did. So I can't do it there and from that screen that I can tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do it from the RLM, and it gives me an opportunity to add a player to the roster. So that's Jose Urena. Jose, he's a righty, and that's it. So he should be in there now. I'm going to save roster again. All right, it's a 2-2 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 9th, and it's going to be Jose Urena who's coming in from the bullpen. So new pitcher, he should be in there now. Oh, I got to go down to the next one. Wait a second. There it is. And again, on top, new pitcher, NP. When you look for Urena, there he is. And he's going to bat. Wait a second. I can make a double switch here. Because no, I'm not going to pull out Yelich. No double switch. There shall be no double switch. So let me go again one more time. New pitcher, Urena. He's going to bat 9th. But you know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want to run it. So I'm up to, all right, he's going to bat 9th. And that's it. Urena 9th, okay. So he's in there pitching against Michael Kadire. Got some weird stuff going on here. Where's Kadire? Got Cologne. Okay. Michael Kadire. Gotta get Cologne out of there. Gotta find Urena. I had him a couple seconds ago. Hope I don't have to go through the whole set again to find. There he is. Jose Urena. He's got a good hole, -4. Against Michael Kadire. Let's see if the Mets can pull this one off in the bottom of the 9th in walk-off fashion. Let's see what happens. Pitch from Jose Urena. Michael Kadire. Michael Kadire batted .259 with 10 home runs. And Urena had a 5.25 ERA. It was 1-5. 9 starts. But he's got a relief quality, if you will. All right, Michael Kadire, here goes. That's a 3-4, and that's ball 4. So he walks. And I guess keyboard A And then I go to generic walk, W. And there he is. Okay, so there you go. Daniel Murphy. Now, Daniel Murphy is good at hit and run. He's a B hit and run. So something I don't try very often, but I'm going to try it here. Not a big hit and run guy, but in this case with Daniel Murphy, I'm going to try a hit and run. And he's a B. So if infield is in or the runner is being held on base, refer to the preceding letter or chart. Oh, okay. So so for example, refer it to letter B with the infield in and the batter possessing a C hit and run rating. So preceding. So he would go to an A. Looks like Murphy's going to be an A. I'm going to roll one die to see if there's a wild pitch, and there is not. So here's Murphy with the hit and run. There goes Kadire. Murphy swings, and he's an A here. And that's a ground ball to second base. No chance for a double play with the runner going. And it's going to be a 4-3. Runner advances to second. All right, so at least we got the runner to second. And it's Eric Hamill. Going to roll one die here. See if there's a wild pitch. It's a 2, so it could be a balk. He does have a 7 balk. 1 to 7 would be a balk, but we got to roll a 1, 2, 3. It's a balk. In other words, we look at the balk. No, it's a 6, so we're going to look at, and it's a 1 for a pass ball on, and it's a 4. So there's nothing happens there. A lot of excitement for nothing. And Eric Hamill. Here's the pitch to Eric Hamill. And we could actually roll that again. And there you go. It's a 3-12 off Campbell's card against a righty. A 3-12 is ball 4. So there you go. A generic walk. Wilmer Flores. We're going to bring in a new pitcher. Going to bring in a new pitcher here because Arena is not really proving to be what we expected, and we don't want to mess up what is a good game here. We're going to try to bring in what's his face? Where is he? I could bring in. I'm not going to bring in Ramos just yet. Brian Morris, he already pitched. I have Kyle Bearclaw, but I don't know if he's injured. I want to bring in where is he? Sam. What's his name? Oh man, I just had him. I'm gonna have to go through these cards again. This is a drag because it's hard to manipulate these cards for some reason. It's Sam Dyson. That's who I'm looking for. Sam Dyson just came to my brain. Cologne is in here. He shouldn't be in with the Sammy Dyson. I also have Hand, a lefty, and AJ Ramos. I don't want to use them all right away though. All right, so it's going to be Sam Dyson coming in. So I'm going to go back up here to new pitcher. And Dyson, I believe, is there. Sam Dyson. And I know I'm using a lot of my slots. So I'm going to put him as does not bat. I'm going to put Dyson as does not bat because I'm using a lot of my slots. And I may run out of slots. I'll show you what that looks like. Let me go to, look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I only have 2 slots left. So I definitely don't want to put him in there because that'll just take up another slot. This way I have at least 2 more pinch hitters at some point. Hopefully the game doesn't last that long because I don't know how to continue it. It's not the end of the world. There's still ways of dealing with it. All right, so we're going to bring in here a new pitcher, and it's going to be Dyson. Sam, there he is. Sam Dyson does not bat, and it's okay. So he'll still show up in the box score, and I'll show you. He's still in the box score. There he is, Sam Dyson after Reyna. But he just is not showing up in the batting. You see, he's not over here anymore. So that's the difference, and it doesn't really matter because he won't bat. And I'm just running out a lot of spots. So, all right, so it's Wilmer Flores with runners on first and second against Sam Dyson. It's 2-2 here in the bottom of the 9th for the Mets. Mets are threatening. Let's see if we can get a hit, maybe a walk-off. That would be an exciting way to end the game. All right, so Wilmer Flores, who actually holds the record for the Mets in most game-winning RBIs in their history, 16, no longer a Met, went to Colorado, hit over 300, but now, um, hey Joseph, how are you, my brother? Welcome. We're in a pretty good game here, 2-2, bottom of the ninth. I'm rolling Strat. I'm using Ballscore, so you guys can kind of follow. Let me show you the. Let me pull over the. You can see it there. I can put it in the top, right in the middle. Kind of a little bit distracting. You got to follow it here. So it's Wilmer Flores, runners on first and second. Michael Kadire is at second base. Don't know what his speed is. I should check that. Michael Kadire, 1-11. I don't know who else I have here on the Mets bench to try to score him in case there's a hit, and it gives me that opportunity. I don't want him thrown out. Kirk Neuenhouse, Ruben Tejada. I'm going to bring in Neuenhouse. It's going to cut into my pinch hitters, though. But hey, what are you going to do? Oh, I have a guy named. Hold on, I got another guy named. What's his name? Guy just showed up on the roster. His name is Danny Munoz. Danny Munoz. He's 1 to 12. So you know what? I'm going to bring in Neuenhouse, who's a 14, and he's going to take over in left field for Kadire. So let's do that. Now I've never done this before, so this is going to be a tricky one for me. So let's see. Up here it says PR, pinch runner. Pinch runner. I may have to go back so I can be specific as to who I want to pinch run for. That makes sense. I don't know if it'll ask me. Let me first click on it, see if it asks me who I want to pinch run for. I doubt it's going to do that. So I may have to just pinch runner. Okay, here it is. It does ask me. Okay, great. Run for man on second. So then this guy, Kurt Neuenhouse, who's a 1 to 14, is going to run for the man on second. And I'm going to put him in which slot? No, not the 8th slot. I'm going to put him in the 2nd slot. Because although he's a pinch runner, he's going to stay in and play left field. And he's going to stay in that spot. So I'm going to click OK. And then eventually he's going to be in left field. But right now he's a pinch runner. So I handle that okay. I didn't freak out. And so Kirk Neuenhouse is replacing Michael Kadire. Kadire's out. And all right. So Cologne started this game. He pitched well. Got allowed only 1 run, and it was Jerry Familia who gave up the tying run, particularly the triple, the leadoff triple to Ichiro Suzuki in the top of the 9th. And then JT Realmuto stroked a single to drive in Ichiro, and that tied the game at 2. And here we are in the bottom of the 9th with runners on first and second, and Wilmer Flores at the plate. All right, so here goes. Here's the pitch. Sam Dyson looks in for the sign. And that's a 3-8. A 3-8 is popped up to the left side. Echevarria calls everybody off. Makes the catch. So you go pop up 6, P6, and everybody holds, obviously. And now it's Anthony Recker. And Recker, I'll tell you what Recker did. Recker batted 125 and 80 at bats. So what do you think? Should we let him bat or should we pinch hit for him? All right. I think maybe we should pinch hit for Anthony Recker at 125. Although, you know what, to be fair, nobody knew who was going to bat 125. It's only I think this is the 10th game of the season. I think Mets are pretty much 5-5 or so. I don't really look at that much. I got to check it out. But, yeah. So Mets were 90 and 72 in 2015. Anthony Recker, we don't know that he's going to bat 125. So we're going to let him. We're going to actually let him take it his at bat. Let me be fair. 4. Nope. I roll the 20-sided die to see if there's a wild pitch. Sam Dyson, there's 2 outs now. Here's the pitch to Wrecker. It's off Dyson's card, so this may be a blessing. Off Dyson's card, and I'll tell you Dyson's stats, he was 368 ERA. So it's off Dyson's card. It's a 4 against a righty, a 4-7, and that's a 1-16 single, but with 1 star. Oh no! So that's going to load the bases if I have to roll a 20-sided die, 1-16, and I roll a 7. So that drops in front of Ichiro, but he gets it in quickly. And having to hold up at third is Neuenhouse. Bases are loaded. Holy smokes, what's going on here? Bases loaded. And now we have to bring in a pinch hitter for sure, which is an advantage because he has a terrible record, had a horrible card. So this is a pretty good game. The winning run is 90 feet away. And we got a couple of guys that can pinch hit. This guy, Munoz. And Munoz, I think, bats about, what does he bat? I don't have his batting average. But he does, he's had, oh my God, he's horrible. All right. Let's see. So we also have, let me quickly, I'm going to take a quick peek to see who the Mets are pinch hitting outside of the guys I already know. Neuenhouse, Kadire, Duda, Darno, Lagares, Flores, Campbell. Oh, yeah, okay. We're going to have to just all right, so we're going to bring in Ruben Tejada. Tejada about a 261. We're going to bring in Ruben Tejada. Now, I was actually at a game in 2015 at Shea Stadium in the Coca-Cola corner, and Ruben Tejada had the game-winning hit. And this is when they were swinging their towels, and 25 guys ran onto the field after Ruben, after he connected for that game-winning hit, and they were all waving their towels. That was the thing in 2015. I remember that game. It was in July, so I can still look up that game. June or July, so middle of June or middle of July or something like that, because I always go to see the Mets in those months. All right, so bases are loaded, 2 outs. Sam Dyson is going to face Ruben Tejada. See what happens. We're going to first roll 1. Now, if we're going to roll a 20-sided die, it's a Dyson was wild. He's got a 20 or less for a wild pitch. So if I roll a 1, we're in business. We win the game on a wild pitch, and I roll an 18. Oh, all right, so here goes. Here goes the pitch to Ruben Tejada. It's a 1-9. A 1-9 is a strike 3 on Ruben Tejada. Caught looking down on strikes. Wow, that was exciting. Unfortunately, Ruben can't make it happen. All right, so Ruben Tejada's in there now. And, well, I want him to be in there now, but I don't know. Now I got to bring in another pitcher, fill in another slot. Let's look at how many slots. Oh, wait a second. I never put in Ruben Tejada as my batter. Never brought in the pinch hitter. So let me go back and do that real quickly. I should have do that. Control 9. And it says, set this cell as the next cell to be scored. Yes. And I'm going to undo the event. Undo the strikeout. Okay, undo the strikeout. And I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter. And this is tricky because the game is in, we'll see what happens. So I got to bring in the pinch hitter, Tejada. I never did that. Let me go up here and do that. So this is going back and fixing. This is where you can get into a horrible mess. And I'm going to show you, it may happen. We'll see what happens here. So he's going to be in the third slot, there. Good. All right, so now he's a pinch hitter. Ruben Tejada's in as a pinch hitter. Now he's going to strike out. Strikes out. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it did everything for me, so it looks good. It took care of business for me. It wasn't the end of the world. All right, so I flipped the book over to the Marlins, and and It set up Giancarlo Stanton, and it told me, hey, you need a relief pitcher, which is great. So let me bring in a new pitcher. And who's it going to be? I'm going to bring in Buddy Carlisle. This is a guy that pitched, I think, 10 or 11 games for the Mets, and he never came back. I mean, he never pitched with them again. So this is a guy that they've been using. Can I bring somebody better than him? I got Gilmar. Let me see. Wait. So I got righties coming up. So I'm going to bring in Buddy Carlisle. I think I did print out did I print out a card for Buddy Carlisle? I think I printed out a card. Let me show you the card that I print out. Yeah, I printed out a card for Buddy Carlisle. There you go. That's the card I printed for Buddy Carlisle. You can't see it very well. Let me see if I can aim a light at it a little bit. There you go. You see that? So it fits with all the other cards. So I'm going to bring in Buddy Carlisle. Christ. All right. So he's going to pitch. Amelia's out. Hold on. Got a whole thing happening here. Curtis Green. Okay. All right. Got some issues. All right. So now I got to get my defense set as well. I forgot about that. So Buddy Carlisle is going to come in, and he's going to go into he's going to go into bat ninth. So he'll be fine there, batting ninth. Buddy Carlisle. Then I got to set my defense. So I'm going to go up here to defense, and I'm going to put in Kirk Neuenhaus into left field. I'm going to click OK. So then if you look at the box score, I don't see – it's not going to say that Neuenhaus is – it's still going to say he's the pinch runner. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't – I don't know why. Somebody was telling me, don't worry about it. I said, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. But it doesn't say he's in left field. It'll keep track of his outs and apply all his outs and assists to him. But it's not going to tell me for some reason that it doesn't change the PR to then the LF. So anyway, I don't know why it does that. So it's going to be Giancarlo Stanton, Martin Prado, Mike Morse in the top of the 10th. Can you see? Let me pull the there it is. Here's the scoreboard. Let me get it in a place where it's not so intrusive. How about here? There we go. How about there? All right, so Giancarlo Stanton, with one swing of the bat, Stanton can tie this game up. Okay, well, I think we got one more batter on the Mets bench. So we're going to have to really – all right, top of the 10th inning. Marlins in New York in beautiful downtown Flushing, Queens. And it's Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. He's got a double and a homer. He's 2 for 4 today. Here's the pitch from Buddy Carlisle. That's a 5-11. A 5-11 is a ballpark single, but in Citi Field, it's a 1. And I roll an 8, so there's no single there. So that's going to be a line drive caught by the shortstop. So it's an L6. Because Giancarlo is a right-handed batter. All right, guy, take care, Alan. Be good, man. Martin Prado. Here's the pitch to Martin Prado. It's a 3-7. That's going to be off Prado's card. A 7 is ball 4. So Prado walks with 1 out. Runners on first. Prado, decent speed, not a base stealer. I got to bring in a pinch runner here. His speed is good enough. Michael Morse. We're going to roll 1 die. Buddy Carlisle has a 20 or less for a wild pitch, so I better not roll a 1. Roll an 11. So here goes. It's a 4-10. It's off Carlisle's card. A 4-10, that's a strikeout. So Carlisle blows 1 by. Michael Morse and that's out number 2. Next is Ichiro, the lefty. Now I could bring in a lefty, but I don't want to do that because then I got 2 more righties. I don't have anybody really in scoring position, and I don't want to bring a lefty here. I don't want to use my lefty up. I'd rather use my lefty for D. Gordon and Christian Yelich when they come up, which is probably going to be in the 11th. So let me just leave Buddy Carlisle in there, and he's going to face Ichiro Suzuki. But with a runner on base, Prado takes his lead. I'm going to roll a 1 die. He's being held. I hold everybody automatically. 2-8. That's going to be off Ichiro's card. Carlisle is a righty. A 2-8 is a hard hit ground ball at Flores. Flores flips to Daniel Murphy at second base, and that retires the side. So up here, I'm going to go FC, fielder's choice. It's going to be a 6-4, and that's going to be it for the inning. All right, so pretty simple inning for Buddy Carlisle, so I'm pretty impressed. I expected much worse. And Sam Dyson is still in there for the, I believe Sam Dyson, yeah, Sam Dyson should still be in there. Yeah, Sam Dyson is pitching, and I can check in the box score. He was the last pitcher. Dyson is in there. All right, he got these 2 outs. Dyson, let me see. Dyson came in here and got these 2 outs. So he's still the pitcher. And it's going to be Dyson versus Curtis Granderson. Now there's 2 lefties here. I may want to pull Dyson for a lefty. Again, this is going into extra innings. So now I become concerned with running out of guys. So I still have a lefty in I still have Brad Hand, who's a pretty good lefty. And then he could actually, I can leave him in there because Neuenhouse is a lefty. There's 4 lefties. You know what? I'm going to bring in Brad Hand, but let me just look and see if I may have to pull a double switch here. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull a double switch. And it's going to be Ozuna has been used. So let me see who I could bring in. We used a bunch of guys. We used Jeff Baker, an outfielder. We used Ozuna to pinch hit as well. I still have a catcher, Saltalamacchia, but that's not happening here. Who else do I have? I don't know who else they have on their roster right now. Let me check and see real quick here. Bring up the roster. Another left, Ichiro Suzuki. Oh, Reed Brignac. I don't even know that I have him, but I can make him pretty quick. Reed. So I believe he's an outfielder, and he can go out there and play outfield for me. So that's something. Usually teams only have 4 bench players. Everybody else is a pitcher nowadays. Yeah, so I don't have Reed Brignac. So let me click on him and find out, did he go to a different team? Or so I can find him on that different team? Or did he just have not many at-bats? 2015. No, he was with Miami. He had, that's why. He played in 17 games but had 13 at-bats. Played in 17 games but had 13 at-bats. Okay, so, wow. This is a problem. What did he bat? Hold on a second. 2015, he batted .077. So you know what? I'm going to use a pitcher hitting card for him. So he's going to come in. I'm going to pull a double switch for what positions did he play? Let me take a quick look at the positions that Brignac played 2015. Oh, he's an infielder. So he can't play outfield. I don't have any more outfielders. Wow. Okay, so who else can I go to? How about Morse at first base? Mike Morse. Who can I pull him out for? See, Brignac only played third. He can't play first. Prado may be able to play first, and then I can put Brignac at third. Let's see. Wow, that's going to be a lot of changes. My brain is going to explode. Let me see. Wait, where do I want to look? I want to look here. So Prado goes to, let's see if Prado could play first for me. No, can't play first. Wow. This is crazy. The way I used my team. All right. So I don't have any more. All right. So this is, all right. So let me see. Let me go back. And then this is a problem because the pitcher's due up. Unless I move my third baseman, Prado. 1, 2, 3. I could move Prado out. He's my cleanup batter. Pull a double switch with him. But then I run into the same situation there, but we'll see what happens by that time. All right, so I'm going to put in the fourth spot, and then I'm going to bring in Brignac, and let's do that. So let's go back. All right, so I'm going to bring in a new pitcher, NP on top, and I'm going to pitch lefty Brad Hand. He's going to bat in the fourth spot, cleanup. He's going to bat in the fourth spot, cleanup. Okay, that's not good because let me undo that. The reason I got to undo that is because I forgot to do the double switch. Set defense, okay, got rid of that. Insert new pitcher, got rid of that. Okay, so now let's try this again. So new pitcher. So this is where I'm learning this online, basically, in front of you guys. And for the people that watch this, kind of learning it on the fly. All right, so let's try this again. I'm bringing in Brad Hand. He's going to bat fourth. Oh, but before I almost did it again. Double switch at the bottom here. Ninth, I'm going to bring in Reed Brignac to bat ninth. And that's where he's going to stay. He's going to play third base. So I'm going to click OK for that. And then I'm going to click OK for this. So there's my double switch. So if I look, let's see the box score, see if it's correct. See, Brignac is at third base. He's ready. He's a third baseman. I don't have stats for him. I'm just going to make him a 4. I don't know that he had any errors. I can look that up real quick. Let me see if he had any errors, Brignac. If he had no errors, let's just make him 0. That would make my life much easier. If he had no errors. Fielding, 2015. He only played third base. And where are the errors? He had 1,000 fielding percentage. He had no errors, so that makes my life much easier. So he's going to be a 0. All right, he's going to be a 0, so I got Brignac in there. So everybody's in there. So Brignac is a third, and the new pitcher Hand is batting fourth. All right, so I just got to make those changes in my card deck. So Brignac is going to be a pitcher hitting card. Let me see if I can find one of those. It's going to be a 1 pitcher hitting card. He's terrible. Let's see. I can track down. Here it is. 1 pitcher hitting card. That's going to be Brignac. And he's going to be 1, 2, and he's going to be right in there. Okay, and Prado's going to be out, so I'm going to pull Prado. Prado's out. Okay. Fix that situation. Now, back to the game. It's 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 10th. Curtis Granderson is going to be facing Brad Hand. So Dyson is out. This is where it gets crazy, trying to keep track of making all the moves and trying to be a fair, objective field general. Manager, right? Curtis Granderson. Nobody's on base, lead off. Let's see if we can get a leadoff home run by Curtis. Left-handed batter versus a left-handed pitcher, excuse me. That's going to be a 3-11. A 3-11 versus a lefty is ball 4. So Curtis walks. And that's, reach base on an error. No. Crap. What do I do now? I want to get out of this. And I can't. It doesn't let me back up. Hit the wrong button. Let me see if I hit escape. You have selected to cancel play without finishing the scoring for this play. When you return to the score sheet, you may have to undo parts of this play to already been scored. Oh, God. All right, so there's a whole thing there. I don't know what happened up there with Curtis. But he walks. So I'm just going to undo that whole thing. Control 9. Wait a second. Control 9. Let me see. This cell undo. All right, so he's going to walk. Let's try that again. Generic walk. There it goes. Juan Lagares. Now, versus lefty, Juan Lagares is okay, so I'm going to let him bat. Not really a good hit and run guy. And Granderson is a C. Brad Hand is a +1 hold. +1 hold, and then Real Muto is a -2, plus they're holding -4. Worst case scenario, he would be a, oh, no. I just saw that. That's terrible. Yeah, Lagares is not, he would be an 11. No, worse. He could be an 11 or like a 7. So I'm not even going to try that. All right, and I could try a bunt. He's a C bunter. They don't know that he's bunting, so it would stay at a C. But I don't want to waste an out here. And I'm not going to hit and run. So here goes. We're going to roll. We rolled an 18 for wild pitch. Here's the pitch to Juan Lagares, Brad Hand on the mound. And that's a 3. It's off of Lagares against a lefty. A 3-10. Oh, no. Hard hit ground ball to the shortstop, Echevarria, who flips to the second baseman, D. Gordon, back to first. 6-4-3 double play. And the walk is wiped out just like that. 2 outs. Ground ball double play. 6-4-3. Okay. 2 outs. Nobody on. That was the worst case scenario. Lucas Duda. Tons of power. Let's see what he can do here. Here's the pitch to Lucas Duda. It's a 5-5. And that's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop, Echevarria, who's a really good fielding shortstop. I think he's a 1, and he is a 1. He's a 1 E12. So we're going to roll a 19. That's going to be, I don't even have to look. That's a ground ball that Echevarria feels cleanly. Hard hit on a short hop. But that's no problem for the slick fielding Echevarria for out number 3. So after the leadoff walk, and we had big hopes for that. We get Buddy Carlisle, but we're going to have to pull Buddy Carlisle here for another relief pitcher. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're going to bring in, who are we going to bring in? We still got some pitchers here for the Mets. Sean Gilmartin, he's a lefty. We're going to hold off on the lefty. We have Rafael Montero, who's been pitching. And I believe I have a card for him somewhere. Yep, we're going to bring in Montero. He's another guy that pitches early in the season, and you never hear from him again. Both these guys, for the season, they're done for the season with the Mets. I don't know where they went. I think they went to the minors. So Rafael Montero, we're going to bring him in. New pitcher. Go up here to new pitcher. That opens up this screen. Montero's there. And where were we with the Mets? Yep, we're batting. We're still early in the lineup, so we don't have to worry about doing any double switches. So he's going to bat 9th. Montero can go a while, so I may. I don't have anybody else on the bench really, so he's going to bat 9th. And he's coming in. Rafael Montero's new pitcher. He's going to face JT Realmuto. I think his ERA was about 4.50. Here's the pitch. It's a 4.6 against Realmuto. A 4.6 is strike 3. Realmuto down on strikes. 1 away. Adeiny Echeverria. Adeiny on the day. Adeiny on the day is a 1-4-3 with a sacrifice hit. And that's a 5-7. 5-7. That's a ground ball second base to Murphy. Murphy's a 4 because that's an X. And I roll a 17. I believe he gets to that one. Even as a 4, I think he'll still get to that 17, and he does. Barely. Bobbles it. Gets him barely by half a step at second base. So Murphy has a way of making an easy play look like a real tough play. Not a very adept fielder. And here's Reed Brignac, the third baseman. And he's using pitcher hitting card number 1, so he's horrid. 1-8, and that's a home run. No, that's a strike 3. Swinging for the fences, no chance for Reed Brignac, who batted .077 on the season. And that's 3 up, 3 down for Rafael Montero. Brad Hand against Kirk Neuenhaus. And Michael Kadire is still in there. This is where it gets complicated. You see, this is where I have to, Michael Kadire is still in there. So let me do one of these double, they're called a double batter marker. Or a new batter marker. Well, let me try that. Let me try a new, no, that didn't work. Let me try a double batter marker. Wait, it did work. Wait a second. Let me undo that double batter marker. Let me see if I can undo that. Oh, no, I can't undo it that way. All right. Let me look, see how, so he's in there now. I fixed it. I don't know how I fixed it. Oh, wait, he's gone. He was just there. Oh, you know why he's gone? Because I did a double. Wait, let's just see if I can undo that. This is where I totally screwed up the game now. I'll never figure this out. So how do I undo this? Or maybe I can do a new batter. Oh man, how do I go back on the new on the? There's, you know what? I saw it somewhere. Batter markers. Wait a second. Now this is. No. Undo last. It won't let me undo that. Toggle current. Toggle. Let me see. Edit. Up here, edit. Edit player. Toggle end of inning marker. Toggle new batter marker. Insert double. Remove batter from lineup. Edit pitching. Recalculate. Modify, replace player in lineup, load lineup, insert, change defense. Does anybody know how to do this? Hey, Joseph. Anybody out there? I know this is a long game. Hey, ID Jester. How you doing, brother? Whoever's there, if they know how to undo I figured it out and then I messed it up. I did the new batter marker and I believe it gave me the right batter. But then when I immediately did a double because I didn't see his name, and you got to go down to the next cell and then come back. So let's see if nope. All right, nobody knows how to do this. So Neuenhaus should be the batter. Let me see if I do a new batter. I don't think it'll work. Let me see if I do a new batter. How about reset inning? Set the current inning to out. Select runner on first base. Play selected runner on first base. Unearned toggle. Insert new pitcher. Let me see what other choices it gives me here. If I go up here to manipulate cell, maybe it'll let me undo that. Edit current cell. Reset cell. Would that work? Markers. Ah, it's a new batter. All right, wait a second. I got a new batter. That's all it says is new batter. I don't understand that. I got rid of that. So let's see. Ah, I did it. I think it needed a double or a single. I don't know what it needed. I don't know how I did it. All right, it's a miracle. All right, anyway, Kirk Neuenhouse is leading it off. He came into pinch run for Kadire. He's still in there playing left field. And he's leading it off here in the bottom half of the 11th inning. You can see that there. All right, here's the pitch from Brad Hand. And that's a 1-7. That's a fly ball line at the center fielder. And he's there. Ichiro got a nice jump on that ball. One away. Next is Daniel Murphy. Had 14 home runs, 8 in the postseason. So 110 off a lefty, and that's popped up to the right side. D. Gordon calling for it, makes the catch. That's a pop 4. It's going to be dinner time soon. This is the longest game in the history of man. Eric Campbell's walked twice, hit into a fielder's choice, and a dribbler back to the pitcher. So he's 0 for 2. Nobody, 2 outs, nobody on. We are in the bottom of the 11th in Citi Field. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-7. A 3-7 is ball 4. So the Mets get a base runner. And it's Wilmer Flores. Going to roll one die for the wild pitch or the pass ball. Nothing there. And it's Wilmer Flores. Now, Wilmer Flores holds the record for most game-winning RBIs for the Mets franchise. And here's the pitch to Wilmer Flores with Eric Campbell taking his lead off first, being held. It's a 5-6. 5-6 off a righty, and that's going to be a 1-6 double, 7-20 single. Whoa. So at least we have something going, although neither one is going to score the runner, so it's really meaningless. And it's a 12, so it's a single, drops a blooper that drops in front of Ichiro, and hustling over to third is Campbell, first and third. RBI single, a 2-out single. And did I put in that he moved to third base there, or did I not do that? No, I did not do that. So let me go do that again. Hold on. Let me go back again. I got to go back. There's a lot going on here. So I got to undo, and then I'm going to single him again and send him over to third. What just happened there? Oh, wait. I have to undo the single. Okay, and now I'm going to single him again, but I'm going to send him to third. Runner to third. I missed doing that, so you got to click it there. All right, first and third now, and it's Anthony Recker. Anthony Recker is the guy that had 80 at bats with the Mets and a 125 average. 2 home runs though. All right, I'm going to roll one die. Maybe we get lucky. We get a wild pitch. We'll need a 1. Nope. All right, Anthony Recker with winning run at third base, 90 feet away, 2 outs, bottom of the 11th. Here's the pitch from Brad Hand. That's a 4-6. That's going to be offhand against a righty, so we may get lucky there. And that ball is blooped in front of Ichiro. He's hustling. He dives. And no, he doesn't come up with it. Game over. Anthony Recker comes up with the big game-winning hit. What a surprise. A 125 hitter in 2015 wins the game with a bloop single that drops in center field right in front of the outstretched glove of Ichiro Suzuki, and the Mets win it. Anthony Recker. And now Recker's being mobbed by his teammates, and that's it, folks. Mets win it in the bottom of the 11th, 3-2. Holy smokes! On Anthony Recker's single with 2 outs. I mean, with 2 outs, it was Eric Campbell who walked. Then Flores singled him to third, And then Anthony Recker with a bloop single that dropped in front of the outstretched glove of the diving Ichiro Suzuki in center, wins the ball game by a score of 3-2. Line score is the Marlins 2 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Mets 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. And I'll show you how to close this out now and send everything to Ballstat. So, oh no, I went to the wrong place. So you go to File, and actually you have to end the game first. You have to give everybody the wins and the losses. So Brad Hand is going to take the loss. Um, who was it? It was, I think, Montero. Montero came in. He's going to get the win. And the game was on Friday the 17th. I believe it's a 4-game series. Let me double check that. It's a 4-game series. Miami at Marlins on the 17th. This is a Friday game. Let me see the 17th game. I'm looking up here at the Baseball Reference. The 17th, this was the game that was played April 17th. Yep. Holy moly. All right, so Montero's going to get the victory. We had Colon, Familia, Carlisle, and then Montero as pitchers, and that's going to be it. We're going to click OK. The game was at Citi Field. And now it gives us some information here. It's going to save the box score. It's going to be named Miami Marlins, the date, and so forth. So I save that. Now the way I do it, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but export directly to Ballstat, Miami Marlins. I think I have to do that. An extra unused batter marker was found. This may prevent an individual record from being exported. So let's stop and let's quickly look at the box score. That was that when I messed up. Neuenhouse had the right, so everything's good. All right. So they're just warning me, telling me, hey, you goofed up somewhere in there. Is that going to be a problem? And I'm like, nah, it's not going to be a problem. Don't worry about it. Bessie, batting order position 4. So it even tells you where to look. So I'm going to send that. Update this team, yes. And then the next one is directly to Ballstat for the Mets. Unused batter marker, again, 4. And that's going to update this team. And that's it. So that's how it works, guys. So that's it. Great game. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. This is CP Cards and Dice saying, oh, I didn't show, CP Cards and Dice saying, have a great day and keep rolling those games and enjoying our hobby. It's a great hobby. Thanks for stopping by, and so long.